Hello, everyone, and welcome to the fans channel, Fancy Football. My name is Philip, and it's no news that we are in the AFCON quarterfinals, and everything is shaping up in the biennial African tournament that is taking place in Ivory Coast this year. Though, like we always say, it's supposed to be in 2003, but now it is happening in 2004. It is not expected because we've been having let's say an abridged
It's
version
supposed to be
because of COVID.
2023.
No, I for sure the sport doctor, but that is what it is. That's where we are now. But it's good to be here once more, and with me on the
Mm.
show is also Arinzechi, the sport doctor or the sport bishop, whatever you want to call him. Just put it there. But that is what that is what he is. So he gives you the way it is. That's the reality. Uh, uh, Also, good morning and how good afternoon. Sorry, and how are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me. I'm pumped up. Gradually, we're anticipating that game between Nigeria and, of course, the Palancas Negras of Angola. I just can't wait. The fever is getting higher. Nigerians can't wait any longer. Every nook and cranny of the country, they're talking about that big game. Let Friday come, and hopefully, like the Super Eagles. So, thank you for having me again.
Yeah, you're welcome. Okay, quickly, let's just look at what has happened a little bit in the round of 16. All the razzmatazz, all the drama, all the fun play on the field of play because we didn't really have any off. Yes, there might be one or two off the pitch issues, but I think basically the Afcon, all the news that we've been hearing from the Afcon are on the field of play. So how did the round of 16 go in summary for you? Can you hear me?
I think it would be like I quite agree with you. I'm a big fan who always believes that football is all about the players on the pitch of play. That they are the biggest asset. So they're people who really make football what it is. I'm not really a fan of getting the sport talking about the administrators or people who are off the field of play. And that what happened in the round of 16, where it was all about the football games. We saw lots of upsets, red cards, missed penalties. There were wrong calls from the VAR, obviously, missed tackles, despite that one against for Sadio Mane against Cote d'Ivoire. Last minute goal, the goal by Super Dio, the goal that knocked out Equatorial Guinea. And for the Super Eagles, again, resilience and effect and efficiency. So it absolutely was a round of 16 not to forget. Everybody gave their best. Everybody gave their all. It was a fight to the finish. And I can tell you, it only tells us one thing. Football is on the rising. African football is on the rising. No matter how you see it, football in Africa is only one place, and that's up, 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 and up. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna be sincere with you. I'm one of the happiest people right now. Knowing fully that this football in Nigeria, football in Africa is growing. The so-called minnows are catching up. And if in football, I can
Yeah.
now tell you clearly that if you don't step up in the match day, these boys can hurt you. They can shock you. And that's what we saw. Who would have believed that in the round of eight, last eight, the top five teams in Africa will not be there? Egypt, Senegal, Morocco, uh, Tunisia, they are missing.
Algeria.
Who would have believed that the Algeria, the team that went to the semi-finals of the Champions of the World Cup, would not be here? Who would have believed? That all the teams that made it to the last eight last time would not be here. Who would have believed? So, it's a year of shock. Telling you, lots of shockers. Come on, man, and this is what we've got to see. I tell you, this is the year for the underdogs. This is the year for the neutrals. At some point, I forget I'm Nigerian. I just want to watch a good game of football because no matter where you come from, there's fireworks, there's goals, there's upside, there's intrigue, there's excitement. It's pulsating, and wow, it is what it is. I'm really happy with what I saw. And I tell you, Africa football has come to stay. Uh, and don't forget, I must end with this: the champions curse. For the past seven editions, no champion has made it to the last eight. And even though the almighty Senegal, who were touted to be the best team headed to the tournament, the run continues. They're dumped out again. So I'm loving it, man. You see, what other tournament? I think it will be long in memories of the Africans, long memory of Nigerians. And I tell you, you would never, ever regret watching this tournament. Africa football is here. Who would have thought that the top leagues in Europe are going and nobody's talking about it? Because AFCON is here. And this is why
Yeah,
they're trying to relegate us to try to conform with their calendar. They want us to go beyond the radar because they feel that we will compete with whatever they bring to the table. See, I always say it and I'll repeat again. Stick to what works for you. This is the calendar is what works for us and our weather and our structure. See, we must not be like European, but if we can create a calendar that works, why not? If the Asians can do it, the Oceanians can do it, the Africans can do it.
yes, the Africans can do it. Oh no, so we are looking at today's match. I mean tomorrow's match. Sorry, between Nigeria and Angola. And let's start
Yeah,
with the match itself. Looking at the match itself, Nigeria came into the Nations Cup with a 7 point in their group stage, starting with their
yeah.
match against Equatorial Guinea, 1-1 against Equatorial Guinea. They went on to beat the host Ivory Coast 1-0, and they went on also to beat Guinea-Bissau 1-0. And at that point, we thought that the team were not really jaded. There was no chemistry. It was all about individual play. But what we saw in the next game against the Cameroonians was something different. We saw a team that were together. We saw a team that its top striker, Victor Osimhen, was pressing left, right, center. I think no player, I repeat, no player, let's check the stat. No player in the AFCON can press more than Osimhen. And he showed that. He pressed the ball, pressed everybody around him, pressed the Cameroonians, ensured that they ensured the first goal that was scored by Lukman was due to Osimhen's pressing. We saw a defense that was much more resilient, even more than before. We saw a goalkeeper that I think his confidence has
So
grown
hard.
over time. Yes, as the tournament
Yeah.
goes on. Then we saw other things with regards to that team that we've not seen before. We know how the Angolans, for the Angolans, we know how they will come to play. We know what they will bring. They will bring that tenacity, athleticism. They will bring that Portuguese flair into their game. Um, these two teams now play in different style. They play different style of play. Angola having a strong midfield led by Gilson Dalla.
And
Nigeria,
Freddie,
and
the
Freddie,
captain.
yes, and Nigeria,
Yeah.
they have a strong attacking force led by Victor Osimhen. Now, we know that the Nigerian team has played a 3-4-3 formation over the last three matches, and they will continue like that. They've not been tested. Actually, they've not been. I think they only conceded in their first match. They conceded the first goal, and they had a quick reply, which is for them.
Yeah.
For the Angolans, in their first match also, they considered the first goal against Algeria. They also had a response towards the end, maybe a penalty for them. Now these two teams almost have identical way in which they qualified from the group and went majestically to play the round of 16. One of them winning by 2-0, the other one winning by 3-0. Now, how do you see this match of facing up? First of all, from the Nigerian perspective, and secondly, from the Angolan perspective.
First of all, I think, like you did say, two different styles, two different philosophies, two different ways of playing, but all going for one goal, which is to ensure that they get to the last eight of the African Cup of Nations. Nigeria, we all know, would sit back and suck the pressure, the 3-4-3 formation, and I use the pace, the power, the tenacity, the high pressing, and of course, don't forget the finesse of the attackers to get the result done. For the Portuguese, I like to call the Portuguese Angola team. They play with Portuguese flair, a lot of running pace in the wings, no skills here and there. and they've got a shoot on side policy, which I must, like I always say, this is one thing I noticed. They think they've had more shot on goal than any other team in this competition. They've got players who are not scared to take the ball. Freddie, their captain, Lupopo, Jason Dala, not forgetting Mabalulu, and of course, Gilberto. They've got players who can hit the ball. They're not scared of hitting the ball. So that boils down to, like I said, who wins the tactical duel on the day. For the Super Eagles, if it's not broken, don't break it. If it's not, if it's even if it's half broken, then you can mend it. But this one, the defense looked rock solid. But you have Calvin Bass, who was also in the team of the round of 16. You've got William Twist Ekong, quality defender who has marshaled from the back, helped the team. He has also, I think his experience as well has made some players better, like Semilogo Ajayi, and of course, not forgetting the left winger Seydou Sanusi as well. So basically, I think the backline of Super Eagles is their strong point, and then you can add the power and the finishing of Victor Osimhen, Samuel Chukwueze, Simon Moses, or maybe Ademola Lookman in the attack. So for me, it looks like a balanced Super Eagles. I could easily sit down here right now and become Pesero and pick the first 11 because of how they played in the last 3 games. For Angola, it's quite dicey. They played 4-3-3, they played 4-4-2, but they are more likely to tilt to a 4-3 formation because of the fact that it's been the formation where they have scored more goals and also allowed their best players so far in the tournament, which also my best player in this tournament, Jess Ndala, to flourish. We know he plays in Qatar, in the Qatari Super League. I don't think he'll be there. I don't think he's one of the players. I think after this AFCON, we'll be getting a move somewhere else. Unfortunately, the transfer window is already closed. You may have to wait till the summer. I don't think he'll stay too long in Qatar.
Something might happen.
Absolutely. I don't think maybe. I don't think he will be playing in Qatar for too long. And they've got a very quality team that can hurt teams. So for me, I think if you can have these players playing in a 4-3 formation where these players can express themselves, whether it is Freddie, whether it is Gilberto, whether it is Jason Dalla, the fact they can express themselves, move around, change. And I think what the fact that teams get difficult to mark them because of the fact that they interchange positions. It's very difficult to mark Jason Dalla. He can be in the right and he can be in the left. In that moment, he's in the middle. He's quick. He's fast. He's thinking. He's one of the best I've seen in the league in competition. I must tell you that as well. So these two different styles. I don't think both teams want to change right now. Come on, if it has worked for you to the last 16, why you don't want to change right now? I'll be surprised if going to the game and see Angola packing the bus. It'll be surprising because it doesn't work for them. They want to express themselves. I'll be surprised if I see Nigeria tomorrow in that game attacking. I'll be asking what happened with Pesaro and his pessimistic style of play. Knowing that he has told us that the aim is to win the Nations Cup. Doesn't matter if he scores a half goal or he scores 1 goal. His aim is to win the Nations Cup. That's what he wants to do. So for me, I think it's a clash of two different styles, but they want to win the game. But the way it's looking at it, like I said, I want to tilt to the Super Eagles, not because I'm a Nigerian. Of course, you know that already. But I think it's because the fact that the style the Super Eagles want to play would be able to curb, to resist whatever the Angola team want to bring to the table because they don't, like I said, all they do is attack and attack. And if you watch the Angola team, it's a mistake or two at the back. And with the high pressing of Victor Osimhen, the bossiness of Moses Simon, if we can get more crosses and more deliveries to Osimhen, then there's a goal somewhere for the Super Eagles. And the Super Eagles can keep the run of keeping clean sheets that they have done in the past 3 games. The competition, they can keep it going for like 3-4 games. Then who says 1-0 victory is not enough to get the semi final? It might not be pretty, it might not be swagalicious, it might not be it might be petty. So see, call it petty football, call it exhausting football, call it excruciating football, but it's going to be effective and efficient. And that's what the Super Eagles needs to get to the next round of the competition.
Yes, it has to be effective and efficient for them to get to use the same style of play to get to the next round of the competition. Okay, quickly, with respect to this team news, let's go to team news now.
Yeah.
It's team news time. I think Nigeria will remain. I think they will remain with that 3 at the back. Of course, as we've explained, that 3 at the back will remain in place. Ademola Lookman was also starting the starting lineup alongside Victor Osimhen and Samuel Chukwueze. Those are the three players we have up front. So, but Angola will be without their first choice goalkeeper, Nebul. After he was red-carded, Nebul.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Absolutely. Yeah.
after he got a red card in the last match. Then Antonio will. I think Antonio should deputize for him in that respect. So I think that is it.
Rodriguez,
Yes,
Dominguez.
no much. Yes, Antonio Dominguez. Antonio Dominguez, yes,
Yeah.
should deputize for him.
Yeah.
So with respect to changes, I think no changes. Let's just expect that Nigeria will start with the same starting lineup as it did in the last match, except if there's something that will come up during the warm up time. But we don't really know. But I think the
But
starting lineup for Nigeria remains the
I'm,
same.
but I'm getting some feelings from the camp of the Super Eagles. Two players are
Yes,
missing. Ahmed Musa, he picked up a knock. He did not train with the team last 2 days ago and yesterday. He did not train. We also hear he
yes,
picked up a knock. He's likely to miss the game on Friday. We also hear that this young man too could be missing the game. I think two players. I'm trying to remember his name right now. Though Bright to say Samuel. He also picked up an injury that looks like a knee injury as well. From the flares I'm getting from Cote d'Ivoire, he might not feature. But fortunately for Pesero, those guys are not in the starting level plan. Abumla, unfortunately, has not even kicked the ball at this AFCON. Bright has
yeah,
been a
exactly.
substitute, and they've only played the third game. So, like I said, I think the same old Super Eagles. Nothing exorbitant, nothing too special about how we approach the game. It's just garbage in, garbage out, efficient, effectiveness, the same players, the same instruction, the same outplay, the same position, the same tactics, the same philosophy. Because you can have the same personnel and change philosophy, the same philosophy, and hopefully the same result come the end of 90 minutes for the Super Eagles of Nigeria.
Okay, that should be great news that these players that are having one or two issues are not in the starting lineup. So let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's look at head to head of these two
And
teams.
before we before we
We
before
all
we
don't know
leave the
how.
Super Eagles, before we leave the Super Eagles and go to head, let's also let you know that
Yeah.
this guy has passed a late scan, Stanley Wabali, so he could be fit to play that game. That's positive
He
news for
should.
me.
Yeah,
As
he
far as
should be fit.
as far as I think that Francis is always our best keeper among the three, but right now he's struggling with confidence, and Wabali has shown he oozes confidence. The guy eats confidence. He's super confident. Though he's not been tested, but see, you go keep it. You need a lot of confidence to communicate. You need a lot of confidence to be able to position yourself and make the right decisions. And so far, I think he has had a great AFCON. So big boost for Pesero and also big boost for Nigeria. I think Nigerians will be scared. The thing was all go. That's why what I think is a good goalkeeper. They will be scared. So good one for Nigeria. If available for Angola, sad news they won't have their first goalkeeper Neblu, who has been fantastic for them in the group stages. But
Yeah.
I watched the game, the game where Dominguez came in. I didn't do badly. He made some great saves, to keep Angola in the game. And two saves before they got the first goal, and after which I think he gave a good account of himself. So it's like for like not maybe a drop in quality, but not too much. Maybe 2 or 3%. But Dominguez as well have proven is one of the good goalkeepers for one of the good goalkeepers in the competition. I saw that
Yeah.
the last game.
Yeah. I think the Angolans will miss him so much, but I think they have to do without him in this match. Hopefully, they might come through and he join them in the next round. But that is what it is at the moment. Okay, quickly,
Yeah.
the sport doctor. When it comes to head, Nigeria in the Nations Cup are two. I think in the Nations Cup, I think they've met. Nigeria has 3 wins. Okay, overall, not in the Nations
Yeah.
Cup. Overall head to head, and I think they've met 10 times. You can imagine playing Angola 10 times. Angola has 2 wins, Nigeria 3 wins and 5 draws. So I hope this shouldn't end in a draw. It should end in a win for either side. Hopefully, but the
Let me take you back a
Nigerian.
bit. Let me take you back a bit. Anytime we hear the
Don't
difference.
take us to Kano, please.
No,
Don't take
not
us to
Kano, not
please.
Kano. But I'll take a bit further in 1984. And don't forget,
Yeah.
the first one that comes to mind is Samuel Baraji. We're beaten by that team
Yes.
Angola team. Remember, they used to be at Achilles
Yeah.
heel. Fast forward to 2010, Angola. I don't want to take it back, but I have to just take it back. So they found a way to puncture holes they found a way to bore holes in our tires whenever we're on the road to victory or the road to something great. So
Yeah.
we should watch it. These guys, see, I'm intrigued with the way they play. I love, you know how much I love, even before we met them, I love watching Angola play. They play
Yeah.
exciting, entertaining, exquisite football. And watching them play, you see, for a neutral, you see, if we're not Nigerian, I want to see them do their quick magic here and there because it gives the game something to some spark. Those guys can play, and just watch it, avoid being complacent. I think Nigeria escaped this game, like I've said before in another game competition, due to the fact that the draw have been kind to us, and there is no Senegal, there is no Algeria, no Morocco.
Morocco,
We
no
only have South
Egypt.
Africa. We have their number. No, we have the people remaining. We have their number. History shows that we have their number. So I think if we can escape this Angola team, I can assure you, the bishop and his prophet is not speaking. I'm not coming from my bishop role. I'm not moving to my sport prophet role. Nigeria would win the Africa Cup of Nations, but they need to escape Angola, and that had to happen on Friday.
Okay, now so I hope your prophecy comes through at the end of the day. Quickly, let's
Yeah,
go. Let's look at looking at the head-to-head. I think the head-to-head favors Nigeria. It favors
absolutely.
Nigeria slightly. So also, uh, let me say this. Um, tell us something that the Eagle have done differently from the match. It seems they just stepped it up in their match against
Cameroon.
Cameroon. Well, people will say it is a non-confidence Cameroon side, blah blah blah, this, blah 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 that.
Yeah.
But that team, but that Cameroonian side, we all know on a good day can beat any team in the world. They can beat any team in the world if
Oh,
they have one or two.
you can ask Egypt.
Exactly.
Ask Egypt. They stopped
Yes.
them from going to the World Cup. So see,
Yes.
I think what Nigeria did separately for me is the fact that the players came to fight. You know, the Super Eagles, whenever they come to the Super Eagles, I always call them out for thinking that play for the Super Eagles is like coming for holiday. They think it's a vacation. No, they come, they stroll around the pitch or play, they take selfies, they have fun with families. You know, some of them we get to meet them in some odd places, I won't call names. And then, it is what it is. But on that day, I think something must have tweaked in their head that we're not just
Yeah.
playing for ourselves. We're playing for 240 million Nigerians that it was like a public holiday on that Saturday. Abuja was red. I'm in Abuja at the moment, so Abuja was buzzing up until 1, 2 a.m. because Nigerians were celebrating that victory. I think it was a World Cup match. Forget about the rivalry between Nigeria and Cameroon. But Nigeria loved the fact that these players played with the heart. They played with passion. I don't think anybody who was on that pitch left with anything in them. They left that pitch empty.
Yeah.
That's what I just want to see. There are days you may not play so well, but if you keep playing with heart, Nigeria will back you. We will fight and fight. That's why some players, no matter how badly the Super Eagles play, Nigeria seem to find an excuse for them. Players like the Ahmed Musas, the Peter of the Wingers, the Ikechukuches, the Austin JJ of Catchers, because they play with their heart.
He's an exception, to be frank. I think whenever he donned the Super Eagles
Abs-
jersey, he has
he
never. I've
comes
never
out
seen a
with
pitcher
a,
has never had
a
a
bad
bad game
game.
with the Super Eagles jersey. Never in the history
That's
of
what I'm
Nigeria.
saying. That is what playing for the Super Eagles is all about. So I was listening to Peter either side, and he said when they first wore the Super Eagles jersey, tears fell through his eyes. It was like a dream come true. You know, then they understood what it means to play for the Super Eagles. It was like, wow, am I really in front of 240 million people playing, singing the national anthem? Now these boys are strolled all the way from England. Maybe their parents are born in Switzerland or in France, and they're able to get a jersey in the Super Eagles, and they're strolling, and they don't understand. So they don't understand what it means to play for the Super Eagles. It's a thing of joy. It's a thing of pride for not only you as an individual, but as for your family. Because forever in the history of football, in the map of history, in the map of football, your name and your family's name is written in the good books.
Yeah.
In the good book. Oh, 1918. Oh, Debami. So whatever Debami does, it's what reminds you of Debami of 1980, when we won the African Cup of Nations. It's the Mikel Obi of 2013 who lifted the African Cup of Nations. You become immortalized, demigods in front of men. That is what it means to play for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And that is what they did show on that game against Cameroon. Forget about tactics. Oh, yes. Pesero was spot on with his tactics. Oh, yes. Pedro was spot on with his substitution. Oh, yes. For the first time, I will give the young man the young man his flowers. But the boys fought, whether it was Zoho, whether it was Lukman, whether it was. He won't be command more ground, place of ground than anybody in the pitch. He won't be the think he's a lazy player for the Super Eagles. But the boy fought. Creatively, he did absolutely nothing. But defensively, the ball was everywhere. Onyeka fought. Sanusi fought. Calvin Bassey, an absolute beast. Well, I know a blessing to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. I think it's a blessing to Nigeria. So a complete, the complete team fought. So they can't say, okay, I was trying to say we're talking about who the best player in the match was, and they said, look, man, oh yeah, because he scored 2 goals, fine. But I could easily pick Kami Bassi. I could easily pick Ola, I could go down to Onyeka because of the way he fought. So it was a complete team package. Everybody wanted it more. They saw it as a goal. Like I said, if they played the way they played against Cameroon, against Angola, Angola stands no chance. But like I said, the problem with the Super Eagles is talking about the same problem with the Manchester United. We don't know which team will turn up on the day until the game begins. You have to wait for the first 5 minutes. Oh, this is the team that will turn up. That's the problem. But if I can beat my chance and say every day, like in those days when we walk into the AFCON and we know for sure, no matter how bad the tournament gets, we get to the semi-finals. We don't okay, can we navigate through the semi-final and get to the final and win it? Or are we going to win the bronze medal? It was a sure banker that Nigeria was going to get a medal at every AFCON. The plan was what type of medal? Right now, we can't even, we're struggling. In short, we're crawling because we're struggling. It's like we're still on our feet. We're trying to get out of group stages, get out of the round of 16. We get to quarterfinal, we're celebrating like it's the World Cup final. But Nigeria, when Nigeria gets to quarterfinal, it's like a normal thing, like, oh, let's see how it goes. We didn't take the quarterfinal so serious. But our football becomes so bad. You know how the minds are falling, and we've gotten to where we are at the moment. So for me, if the boys come out to play with their heart, they put all they've got on the table. Like I said, put all your cards on the table. Say we're gonna leave it here. In Nigeria, local power, we say we die here. You know, at a play, come on, man, they should be able to get a victory. I have no doubt that Angola can stop this team. The quality, they use quality. For every player that plays in Angola, there's a player that is proper, let's say, with a higher quality than them in a double fold. So
Yeah.
why can't he just another extra push? And Angola will have no answer for them. But like I said, we do not know the Super Eagles team that will turn up when the whistle blows 6 p.m. tomorrow.
Okay, viewers, kindly subscribe to Fancy Football. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and like, share, and comment on our videos as well. As you do that, you surely help us grow the channel. Okay, we are in the business end of this show. Let's look at head-to-head, Afam. Let's look at what the bookmakers are saying, because the bookmakers have been wrong this in most time, especially in the round of 16 in this AFCON. But let's see if I'll have two predictions. But let's look at the bookmakers first. Then Nonso will bring out his crystal ball and tell us who will win this match at the end of the day. Okay, we know the head-to-head. They've met 10 times, they've drawn 5 times. Nigeria have won 3 times, and Angola have won twice. Looking at the head-to-head for, like, I think Nigeria has an all of 1:4. 1:4. Angola has 13:5. So that means for Nigeria, if the match is going to be played one time, they should have the upper hand. They should be able to win 4 times, even in one time. So the odds favor Nigeria. The odds are in Nigerian favor. And for the Angolans, it means that in every meeting they have the ability. They just have the ability to come up with a win, maybe 2 wins. 2 wins for every 2 meetings that I think it should be 2 wins in 10. It means 2 wins in 10 for the Angola. So their chances are very, very slim, but doesn't mean that they don't have the chance to win that match. It depends on which team turn up so we always say which team has the heart to go much more further. Now let's go to the Bishop himself. The Bishop, tell us what your crystal ball is talking about. Is it a Nigerian win or an Angolan win, or is it a draw and at the end of the day we go on penalties? So tell us what your crystal ball is talking about now.
I don't think the game will get past. I don't think the game will get past 90 minutes. I think Super Eagles will do it for the first time. Because of how much I love the way the Angola team play, I think Nigeria's backline will be breached.
Okay.
Yes. I think Nigeria will consider a goal in this encounter. You can't have the firepower of Jason Dala, Mabalulu, and of course the midfield mind of Freddie are not conceding goal. Except the voice will be super. Let me do what exceptional, not to concede, but I still think Super Eagles would win. Come on, you can't have Victor Osimhen and then Adema Lookman smoking hot in this form, in this kind of form, and not bank them to score goals. So I think the backline will play their part and keep those guys a bit to concede just once, but the Super Eagles will score twice to win that game by 2 goals to 1, and the Super Eagles will get to the semi-finals of the African Cup of Nations. So 2-1 is my prediction for this one.
2-1 your prediction. Okay, let's see. I'll hold you to that at the end of the day. Okay. We'll be on the other side. The spot Bishop, to look at the other match for the day as well. That match, that preview will also go live very, very soon. So please stay tuned with us as we look at the other match between DRC or DR Congo versus Guinea. Maybe later in like 40 minutes time, we'll look at the other match. So that match will be live too. That preview will be live too. Thank you so much, Sport Bishop. It's nice to have you here. And
thank you very much. My pleasure.
Always give fancy football the best. That's why we brought you here. We want you to give fancy football the best, 100%. And you've done that so far, so good.
Absolutely. I try. I try. When I work with the best, I work with the best. Come on. I work with the best now, so I have to bring the best to my game.
No problem. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys, for watching us. And
thank you very much. Always a pleasure. I work with the best. Like I said, come on, I can't work with you and not bring the best. You work when you see. They say quality rubs off, so I'm rubbing off you. Thank you very much for having me.
Exactly.
Cheers.